Hey guys, it's XJ9, and I'm going to make a real quick video about how to do skeletal wyverns. It's a Slayer task that a lot of people actually don't do because they're seen as bad or poor XP, poor money, but they're actually pretty decent XP, but also very good money for how much experience you get as well. So I highly recommend mailing these because range is way too slow because you can't blow pipe them because you need to wear a shield, and also they have a lot of range defense. So first off, your equipment. You want to do this on task because if you're on task, it's probably way slower. So this is mostly just do it on task. Okay. So Slayer helmet. Aim at the torture. Aim at fury works fine if you have that. Even a glory if you have no money. Fire cape. Highly recommend at least just doing uh, the fight caves. What other capes? I mean, I don't know. Your best cape, really. A blessing, if you have that from the diary or buy it from the G. Uh, for shield, you want a mind shield, a elemental shield, or a dragon fire shield. You can also use, I believe it's the Wyvern shield. It's the magic shield. It makes you immune to the frost breath effect, which would easily be best in the slot here. I don't own it though. I might invest it in sometime, although probably not, just because this task is pretty rare, and it costs quite a bit to actually charge, like a mil. So I just use a dragon fire shield. Abyssal whip. If you have a better weapons would be the rapier, or the best in slot weapon would be the dragon hunter lance. Yeah, if you have that, be sure to be using it on crush though. Don't stab because they have a lot of stab defense. So be sure to be using crush. It's so either slash or crush as an attack style. Uh, I'm using Justicar top and legs. If you don't have Justicar, just use Varric's skirt and a Thorax body. You need some kind of defense to tank the melees and the range hits from it. I like Justicar a lot because it gives a prayer bonus. It's very good if you're camping prayers. You can also maybe get away with a Varric skirt and a proselyte top if you plan on camping piety. I use primordial boots, just best offense. If you don't have them, just use dragon boots or guardian boots. Guardian boots are very good because they're a lot of defense, a decent strength bonus, and prayer. Good if you're camping piety. I use ferocious gloves. This best on slot melee gloves. If you don't have these, just use your best recipe from disaster gloves, such as Barrow's gloves, or I guess a combo bracelet. And ring. I use a berserker ring. If you don't have a berserker ring, you use a warrior's ring for the slash bonus, and that's pretty much it with that. For specs, I bring a dragon dagger. You could bring something fancy like a Seratum God Sword, but you have to time it correctly, and I don't really think you need the health that much. Like it's too much of a hassle, so I just bring a dragon dagger for the spec. If you plan on camping piety, bring about 6 prayer potions. You might have to like maybe add one or two, or take away one. It just depends on your stats and also luck, but mostly just your stats in general. So be sure to go with 6 pots at first, see what happens. If you are eating way more food than I am, just bring one or two less pots and go there and camp piety. I use Corumbrons just because they're very cheap, and they also have a less delay between attacks when you eat them. So instead of a 1.8 second delay, it's a 1.2 second delay before you can attack. They also heal 18, so it's very good. Highly recommend Divine Super Combat Potions, just because you need as much accuracy as you can get. The defense helps a lot too, and that's pretty much it. I mean, is just having max stats at all points is really nice for them. Bone Crusher is very extra. You don't if you don't have it, it's whatever. I bring it just because I don't bother picking up the bones. You could bother picking up the bones. Like if you do bring this, just turn it off and start picking up bones as your inventory starts getting, you start eating your food. But in general, my inventory usually fills up pretty decently. I just can't really be bothered. The bones aren't the majority, like it's not the where the profit comes from. The profit comes from the drops. Every hour the bones are only like 200k an hour. It's only 10% of the profit, so you can honestly just crush them if you want. I bring an herb sack in case I get an herb drop, such as like double ranners, triple ranners. Sometimes you won't use it, but it's just nice to bring. You could also just not bring it because again it's RNG. I bring nature runes for high alks, and my rune pouch has laws, airs, and lava runes. So that's pretty much it. I highly recommend at least 85 in stats, honestly, with like your melee and strength, and you do fine. To get there, you need to use. I like using a fairy ring, honestly. So you could just go, west over here and use the fairy ring. But we're gonna go to my house. I'm gonna mute the sounds fast, guys. I just did something crazy, guys. Yeah, we're not gonna. I don't want to edit things, so I have to keep that. But yeah, you're gonna use the fairy ring as the fairy code AIQ. I have it saved. Well, it's actually the top setting because if you actually use the fairy ring, it's actually right there. It should be at the top set. Travel log, and you just go north. It's quite a long walk, actually. I really wish I had a speed up button. Just keep walking. I'm gonna turn off run here just because I need my run energy at the end. You can also drink a stamina potion if you can. I usually just don't bother just because it runs out as you get here pretty much. Go up the steps and you can just pot up and just turn on piety and just start attacking. You could actually kind of AFK these as well because you can literally just like stand here and the next one will just aggro on you instantly because their aggro range is huge. And if you see they're just getting absolutely destroyed. I actually personally like to flick my piety here just because I don't know. I like making the most money here, and flicking piety isn't honestly hard. But for people who want to AFK it or just can't be bothered flicking, you still make easily 1.5 million plus an hour here. If you're flicking piety, you can easily make 1.82 mil an hour. I think potions are about like 200 or 300k away. It takes away from your profit. And if you see it just aggro's, and your character automatically attacks. Pure essence is worthless. And I mean, that's really it. I mean, there's nothing really to it. These don't have any special mechanics. The only special mechanic is sometimes you'll get frozen. It's RNG every time they do the icy breath. And when you get frozen, uh, you can just eat your food just because you can't do anything besides eat food and pick up things. One thing also is if you have a low defense or you're using a proselyte top, either protect range probably. I think these range. If not, you put melee. It kind of depends, but I believe it's range. It's protect from range, and you'll be fine. I just think it's sort of overkill though, because if you have a Torag's body along with a Varric skirt, you should be fine. And yeah, I mean that's really it. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like, and I'll probably make a Drake one soon, just because it's another unpopular one that a lot of people don't know how to do it. Just block it. So yeah, thanks for watching.